Hey, what I've noticed is when I hopped on a load board today, I was like, hey, it's crazy. I'm like, it it's just a spike in freight. So I'm like, why is all this it's in this reefer freight moving out the Midwest? So I like to pay attention to I mainly pull reefer, so I pay attention to reefer. But I looked at dry van earlier, and dry van it's not the same. I didn't bother looking at flatbed. So this specifically just for reefer freight right now. And this is what I noticed. I'm like, man, it's booming. Well, I ain't really gonna say it's booming, but capacity is tightened in the Midwest for reefer freight. But I look at a lot of places that these loads going, and I look at the trip. So in my opinion, anything over 600 miles, you really gotta factor in more money because it's tying the truck up. So I look at these rates. A lot of people say, "Oh, 287 a mile, that's good." Yeah, but on 900 miles, anything over 600, we got to look at the transit time. That's very important. We also want to look at where we ending up at and on what day. Because let's say that if you pick this up on the 9th, which is today, you got 900 and something miles. Depending on when the delivery is, that's 600. You figure 600 miles a day. So you figure you could knock out the majority of the miles today and then the rest of them tomorrow. But say it don't deliver until the 11th, which I don't even know. Sorry, but I don't even know what day of the week it is. So I got to go to my calendar real fast. Say it don't deliver to the 11. You pick it up today on 900 miles, it don't deliver to the 11. So what we going to do is we going to look at Gordonsville, VA and see. Hey, all right, man, I was tweaking. I made a mistake right there because really I looked up Gordonville, PA when I should have been looking up Gordonsville, VA, but I guess I'm so used to Gordonville, PA, I just automatically defaulted to that. But once I realized that, I had to take the video down and put this edit into the video, and I'm gonna re-upload it. But when I looked at Gordonsville, VA instead of PA, I was even less than impressed with what I saw as far as the freight, and I didn't include that in this video that I'm editing right now. But trust and believe, it was even worse than PA. So I would rather be in Gordonville, PA than Gordonsville, VA. But the moral to the story is make sure you know what kind of freight is out there when that truck gets empty so you can keep that truck moving. And man, my bad on that. I was tweaking for some reason. What's coming out of there? Now this what's important because it'll put us there on a Friday. Oh, come on, see the, come on, see the. All right, so Gordonville, PA. We'll go over here. We'll change this. Oh, we'll try to change it till Friday because we gonna assume that's where we gonna be able to reload, and then we'll hit search. Now look at the race leaving from Gordonville, PA, and they not really all that impressive. And that's if you can get a load out of there on a Friday, because I don't really know about PA on a Friday because usually when I go to PA, I just leave and go somewhere else and get reloaded. But honestly, unless you want to go end up in Robert, Louisiana for the dang near 3,000, I mean, you really, when you reloading the truck, you really want to get something that's close to whatever you got going one that particular way. You want to try to get something close to that coming back out of there. Because a good rule of thumb to look at is when you doing it like this, half of this rate probably gonna go to diesel or lost revenue because of downtime, the logistics on the truck. So, of course we don't want to go to California. I definitely wouldn't go to Robert, Louisiana. And the reason that this load is paying well, in my opinion, Armstrong Transport Group got it probably don't even pick up in Wilmington. They notorious for listing different places, but it's probably going to the Walmart in Robert, Louisiana. It's not much around there coming out for a reefer, and a lot of people going to that Walmart. I would stay away from that low. I wouldn't send my truck down there just because I don't want to try. I don't want to wrestle with cheap trying to come out of there. So when I look at that Gordonsville, PA load, it let me know now that's not the best load for me to book for my truck on a Wednesday, especially putting me there on a Friday. Might I try it on a Monday or something if I'm putting it in PA on a Monday? Yeah, sure. I might go to Gordonville on a Monday. From Gordonville, PA, I honestly would try to get the truck back to somewhere in Wisconsin. And that's because I would try to load some cheese or something coming out of Wisconsin, and that pays rather well or whatever. But see again, this Armstrong listing it, Philadelphia, PA. See what I'm saying? It's like ain't no telling where that load picking up at. So I just want to make sure I look through all this, and then I don't like what I'm seeing as far as going to PA, especially to end up there on a Friday. Be very cautious of where your truck is getting empty at to the week on the weekend, especially if the person not doing a 34-hour reset. If they doing a 34-hour reset, then again you could just look for Monday to get out of that place or anything like that. But if they want to run over the weekend, if they running off recaps and they really trying to get to the bread, you got to pay attention to where you ending up at on Friday. Do I like this load on 700 mile? Nah. 226 a mile. That don't. South Carolina, you can get cheap diesel in South Carolina, so that did catch my drift. But 1600, I know I'm gonna hold it over the weekend. That's nah, nah, nah. Yep. So just a quick little tip on that. So again, in the Midwest, capacity is doing rather well for some reason. I don't know why, but we can go back and look at it again real quick. They would have all these loads when I got something to do. So at this rate, at 2450, do I think that Gordonsville, PA is a good load? Nah. Do I like Magellan Transport? Yeah. Would I like to see this at 2850, 3000? Absolutely. Especially getting empty on a Friday. Do I like TQL South Carolina 36? This probably got multiple stops on it. Ain't no way TQL paying 3600 on a thousand. There's no way. That gotta be LTL, and a lot of people will get carried away and they'll book this load and they'll move a LTL load for a full truckload price and be then screwed themselves when something goes wrong. All right, so just a little, yeah, Rockford to Atlanta. I don't. I mean, I'm tempted to call TQL just to see what this load. What do it say on here? I was just making sure it didn't say anything about multiple stops, but ain't no way they paying you 2700 on 800 miles. Not TQL. It's not happening. They would have that this load for TQL would have never hit that load board if it's a one and one. I'm almost positive this not a one and one. It doesn't even make sense unless it don't deliver to Monday. It pick up Wednesday and deliver Monday. Other than that, and honestly, I don't even think this load coming out of Rockford, Illinois. I find that hard to believe. Yeah. So a lot of loads coming out of Belvedere. It's a cold storage in Belvedere. It's two cold storages in Belvedere. A lot of these Walmart loads, I mean, you can kind of tell where they're going to. So I guess Walmart is increasing their orders, getting ready for Labor Day. That's the only thing that really makes sense on why we seeing this push in capacity. But I've been to a lot of these places I done been to. And the problem with the Walmart lows is this not a terrible rate to go to Alabama, but the problem is you don't get the delivery. It be the evening, like I ain't really sure. Oh, this don't pick up to the 11. Let me stop. I don't pick up to Friday, so you keeping that over the weekend. That ain't no good luck. That ain't you don't want to keep that over the weekend. Not at that rate. Too much can go wrong. But my point is, capacity for reefers has started to tighten, which means that we'll see better rates on loads. How long this will last, I'm guessing up until Labor Day, but I'm not 100% sure. I didn't really think we would see this, to be honest. So take it for what it's worth and get your money while you can.